One trial down and more to go for R. Kelly after being found guilty of racketeering and sex trafficking here in New York. Kelly may have to face a judge in Chicago on similar charges.
Kelly will not be sentenced until May, but these next 8 months will be busy for lawyers on both sides. So joining us now is attorney Gloria Allred, who represented 3 of R. Kelly's victims. So good morning to you, Ms. Allred. Thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for inviting me.
So we know the jury was comprised of 7 men, 5 women who deliberated for about 9 hours, right? So during that time, were you ever concerned this was not going to go in your favor?
Anything can happen with a jury. So yes, I was concerned, and it would have been just so devastating to the victims that I represent. 3 of the 6 victims for whom charges were filed, plus 2 other witnesses. It would have been so upsetting to them if he had not been convicted. So I was happy for them that he was.
Yeah, R. Kelly's defense attorneys saying that he was actually surprised by the verdict, and now they are planning to appeal his conviction. Do you think they stand a chance?
You know, little or none, because the Justice Department, the federal prosecutors, including the investigation by Homeland Security, was so thorough. I mean, they vetted my clients. They were very careful about the evidence they presented to make sure that it was solid and corroborated. And so you know, usually it's reversed on jury instructions. This judge was very fair. I think it's unlikely it will be reversed. But as you mentioned, there are 2 other prosecutions in Illinois, one state, one federal, and also another one in Minnesota where I also represent the victim in that case. So he's in a world of hurt, Mr. Kelly, and I don't think he is likely to ever get out of prison.
So why then was the sentencing date pushed back so far, right? And where will R. Kelly remain until he's actually sentenced?
Both good questions. I have no idea. I was thinking 30 to 90 days. That's very far out for a sentencing.
Yeah.
The judge must have had her reasons. She did not disclose those reasons, so I don't know. But where he will remain right now, the point is he will remain in custody somewhere. At what point he will be transferred to Illinois, I don't know. But he is in custody, and I'm not concerned about his being released before the next trial.
Yeah, this verdict really sending a strong message along the lines of the Me Too movement. What do you think about that?
It does send a strong message. And Mr. Kelly, in my 47 years of going after sexual predators, both civilly and criminally, and I've gone off, you know, after some big ones, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and so many others. He's the worst. R. Kelly is the absolute worst, because he, first of all, he had genital herpes. He did not disclose that to the underage girls that he abused and the adults. And he knew he had it. He didn't use a condom to lower the risk of transmission. And so some of these underage, you know, young girls are now going to have to suffer from genital herpes for the rest of their life. In addition, not only did he isolate some of these young girls from their family and friends and intimidate them and indoctrinate them, but at some point, for many of them, he also caused them to have to be in sex videos with him, doing sex acts with him. This is child pornography. This is very serious stuff. And what he did to some of them during the videos, and also to punish them if they didn't follow his rules, is so disgusting that I can't even say it on television.
Yeah, so disturbing.
This is a really abusive person. He used his business empire to enable him and to assist him.
On a celebrity.
That's more than most predators ever have, and he took advantage of vulnerable young girls.
And used his celebrity. You know, and we've asked you this in other big cases, right? If you're only going for the top player here, or is there a likelihood that those who enabled R. Kelly in his inner circle, that they could also face criminal charges?
Anything is possible depending on the charges that were filed. Here, racketeering charges were filed. Some of them testified, and their testimony did not help R. Kelly. And I don't know whether any of them were offered deals or not, but I think they have a lot to fear. Mr. Kelly, you know, once described himself to one of my clients, one of the victims, as a genius. He's no longer a genius. He's a convicted felon. And anyone who sides with him is going to be in big trouble themselves.
Well, thank you so much for your insight this morning. Really such a disturbing case. Gloria Allred, thank you again.
Thank you, and all power to the victims. They're
Absolutely.
the ones that are heroes.
Absolutely. And for speaking out. Yeah. Thank you, Gloria.